Hashtag the whispered file, spirit photography. In 1872, a Boston photographer named William Mumler made a startling claim. He said his camera could see the dead. Not metaphorically. Actually photograph them, standing right there beside the living, visible only to the lens. Mumler wasn't alone in this belief. Across America and Europe, photographers were hanging out shingles advertising their ability to capture images of deceased loved ones. And people came. They came in grief-stricken crowds, desperate to see their husbands, their children, their parents one more time. They paid good money for the chance. The photographs Mumler produced were genuinely unsettling. A woman would sit for a portrait, stone-faced in her dark Victorian dress. And when the print came back, there, hovering behind her shoulder, translucent but undeniable, stood a second figure. A ghost. Her deceased husband, her dead child. The likenesses were often recognizable. The evidence seemed real. This was the height of spiritualism. The Civil War had left America drowning in grief. Entire families wiped out. Whole towns mourning. The promise of contact with the dead wasn't just comforting, it was irresistible. And Mumler's business thrived. He charged what was then an enormous sum for each sitting. People lined up. But skeptics began asking questions. How exactly was he doing this? Other photographers started reverse engineering his process. They discovered the answer: double exposure. Mumler was overlaying two negatives on a single plate. The ghost was simply a photograph of another person, sometimes a hired actor, sometimes a photograph purchased from a catalog of spirit doubles. When confronted, Mumler's response was simple. He denied everything. Yes, he'd been caught with the techniques, but true believers, including Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, the creator of Sherlock Holmes, insisted the fraud accusations were themselves a hoax. Conan Doyle, a devoted spiritualist, refused to accept that Mumler was anything but genuine. Mumler was taken to court. But prosecutors couldn't prove beyond doubt that he'd intentionally defrauded anyone. He was acquitted. Here's where it gets strange. After his acquittal, Mumler continued his work. He died in 1884, wealthy and respected in spiritualist circles. He never admitted to a single fraud. So here's the question: did Mumler genuinely believe he was photographing spirits and convince himself his techniques were legitimate? Or did he know exactly what he was doing and simply never get caught in a way the courts could prove? What do you think he really saw through that lens?